All right, what's going on? It's Ed here from Geek. I've got Sachin with us, who's a client of ours, and I've got Rob. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Hey, Ed.
All right, so Sachin bought our Google Ads course and built out a campaign based on what he learned, and he just wants a little bit of consulting to help walk through, make sure he implemented the best practices, and get this campaign launched and off the ground. So I'm going to hand it over to Rob. Rob, take over and kind of just walk us through what you're seeing, what you're doing, and obviously show your screen if you can.
You got it. All right, let me get my screen share here. All right. You guys got my screen?
Yeah,
Yep.
can you zoom in a bit?
All right. What's that?
Can you zoom in?
Zoom in.
Yep.
Don't know how to do that, Ed.
Do you have a mouse pad?
Yes.
Go like this with your mouse pad.
two finger, yeah.
Yeah, two finger and then open.
I got the trackpad. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Got the trackpad. Is that better?
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit more if you can.
I'm on the iMac. That's probably why.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. Well, this is going to be. All right. Hold on. I got a better idea, guys. Because I got to do it to scale or else that's just not going to play for me. One sec.
Okay.
All right. What about this? Is this any better or more?
That's fine. That works.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah, good?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, so what is the main one we're going after here? So I see you got a bunch of different ones?
Yeah, so he's kind of niched down to specifically e-commerce, bookkeeping and accounting.
Okay.
But he is also open to local business. So in the Toronto area, we target Mississauga and Oakville. But yeah, so any local small business and any e-commerce business, he's looking to get as a client.
All right, let's go last 30 days.
And when you say e-commerce, you're saying he's targeting, he wants to do bookkeeping for e-commerce businesses?
Exactly. So Shopify, Amazon FBA clients,
Got it.
just general
Okay.
e-commerce. So.
All right. So, and then you broke that out into one local campaign and then one United States and Canada campaign?
So I started off with Canada just because I want to get my campaigns like kind of correct first, and then I'm going to target US because I know the market in US is a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But right
It's
now
more
it's just,
competitive too, though. So it might not be
that
a bad
too.
idea to stay there. Your acquisition costs to be lower.
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly.
So the first thing we're going to dive into is the conversion actions to make sure you're actually set up to track everything. So what do you got going on here? This is form submission lead?
Yeah, it's a form submission lead, and I realized after that for some reason when I put the tag in WordPress, because we use WordPress to build our website, for some reason I was putting the tag in, I put it in correctly, but then I checked later and I realized it was just gone. So this is sort of an internal issue that I need to figure out with WordPress. I think it's just the plugin I'm using. So I'm going to take care of that if it's not active now.
Yeah, so there's an easy way to do that too. WordPress, you can use a plugin to just it apply. I forget what it's called. I think it's header footer code.
Header footer. Okay.
Header footer code, and you can just choose which pages you want the codes to show on.
Oh, interesting.
And it auto applies them across every page of the website.
Okay.
So if you have your thank you page, you just put the event snippet code just on a thank you page with the global site tag, and the global site tag obviously throughout everything. So that's an easier way to do that, so you're not just kind of bouncing around between pages. Second, do you have a phone number on the web? I guess we should go to the web page. Do you have a phone number you're trying to track calls?
So, yeah, I don't have that. It probably is a good idea.
Definitely, because most of these are probably going to be phone calls, I would think. Just look what we got going on here. Oh, this is nice. Very clean, to the point. Great. Good stuff. So, yeah, you definitely want to set up your call tracking stuff. And that's really easy to do. I actually might be able to do it for you right now.
Cool.
Hang tight. So if we just come in here, I'll give you the code. Because I have a feeling most of this is going to be phone calls.
So funny enough, we have been getting a lot of email submissions
Really?
so far. Yeah. I see. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure he's getting phone calls, but I haven't verified if it's been through our landing page.
Yeah.
So that's actually a good idea. Like now that I can track it, I can actually see if he's getting calls from this landing page.
Actually, I just did the wrong one. I'll just set that one up as your call extension.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, hang with me one sec. All right, so the phone number we want to use is this right here. Because the first thing, whenever going through a new account, the first thing you want to do is make sure that all your tracking set up correctly. Because without the tracking, you really can't do anything.
Yeah,
no matter how great the traffic is.
That's true.
Change it to Canada over the US.
Oh yeah, that's right. There we go. All right, so this tag, you obviously have the global site tag everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Phone snippet is going to go on every page of your website right below the global site tag.
Okay. So so basically on WordPress is like, I basically just, I don't know what the term is called, but like when you click it, the Google Chrome has that phone option to pop up. So would it track all of those clicks no matter where it is on the page?
It should swap the number. So the Google's code is going to go and it's going to swap. It's going to search for that number that we just pasted, and wherever they see that, they're going to swap it for a tracking number. Okay.
Cool.
All right, we'll make this the ad extension because you definitely want to run those. All right, so now you got once you install these codes, you're going to have all your stuff set up.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go into the campaign. Let's do this one first. All right, $10 a day. This looks pretty good. So here's the first thing I would do right off the bat: bookkeeping for Amazon sellers. I would take that and put it in its own ad group, away from Amazon FBA bookkeeping.
Okay.
Kind of break that up. FBA bookkeeping is fine if you're doing the Amazon FBA bookkeeping ad group.
So, sorry, quick question about that. What's kind of like the general rule? Would you say like, so long as the keywords are kind of similar, you would just keep it as its own ad group? And then
if they're similar, I would. So here's the difference.
Okay.
If I'm writing ads for this ad group,
mm-hmm.
I want to call out FBA bookkeeping in the ads.
Okay.
And I want to separate that from Amazon bookkeeping.
Oh, I see.
Right? So you want your ads to be as specific as possible because you're
mm-hmm.
calling out a certain specific audience.
Okay.
And if the further it can be tedious, but the further you break that down, the more, your higher click-through rates, and you're going to have lower cost per conversion, stuff like that.
Okay, fair enough. So is that why the quality score is low for this? I
didn't even get the quality score yet. Your click-through rates are good. I mean, anything over 5% usually is pretty good.
Okay.
These are pretty good so far. I'll get to, let's see your keywords. Oh, wait, quality scores. Where are you? Oh. All right. So yeah, your quality score. Yeah, that's definitely an issue because you need to have let me see your ads first. Your ads look pretty good. And you're talking about it on the landing page, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would try just breaking those up more then to get the quality scores up.
Okay, because honestly, I've been fighting trying to get this quality score up, optimizing keywords, and it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So you're saying
I honestly don't, and I'm an outlier, but personally myself, I don't really even care that much about quality scores if I'm getting an acceptable cost per conversion rate.
Okay.
And my clicks aren't ridiculous, so don't put too much focus on it. If you're getting results and you have a 3 of 10,
mm-hmm.
I would, if it's acceptable, just keep going and doing what you're doing. Don't try and stress yourself out trying to.
Okay.
It's gonna go up. The more you spend, the more data you get. You're gonna see it change. Right now, I mean, there's only like 8 clicks in this account, so it's kind of hard to determine anything based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the first thing, is I would break that up a little bit. These ads look good though. You should definitely do a responsive search ad though. I always try to run 2 text ads and 1 responsive search for every ad group.
I don't know. I've never been a fan, I'll be honest, because
Yeah.
like it doesn't tell me, like it'll organize all the combinations, but it won't tell me like how much clicks or something like that I'm getting from each one.
Oh yeah, no. So how it works is it's just Google's gonna determine which combination of the ad is the highest, the most optimal converting
Okay.
click-through rate, and it's only gonna run that eventually after you have enough clicks.
Okay.
Unless you add new things in, and it will start retesting again. So it's never really gonna. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like if you could see the different combinations of the ad and then see which one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm sure they'll roll that out eventually, but right now they just figure it out and they just run whatever works best for you.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, something to test. You can even have 3 of these and then 1 responsive search. I always find they do better than regular text ads.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me though.
Okay. No, I can test it out.
So ad groups too. You definitely want to get more of these going.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see your ecom one. This is good. This is perfect. You definitely want more keywords though.
So that's the problem. Like Canada's such a, I guess, niche market with e-commerce. So there's not a lot of variations.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
And so actually question about brand terms, because like I'm not competing with like, let's say for example, QuickBooks is like the biggest bookkeeping software.
Yeah.
It won't let me, or it says limited.
It won't show your ads that much. Yeah.
So is there a way around that, or is that kind of how it is?
Most people do that. They just kind of misspell it, and then you can get away with it.
Okay.
You know, I don't do that, but you can do that. I just
Okay.
I would just, QuickBooks is one of those things. Like you can't use Google really either. Google is always
Yeah.
Google AdWords and ads. Like it's always like throwing flags up.
Okay.
So check out your extensions here. All right, that's good. Good. You should probably add another one too for, is this mobile?
Yeah, that's mobile.
Okay, I would add. So that's desktop.
Mm-hmm.
You should always run a mobile and a desktop and let Google decide which one to show.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even know if that was an option.
Yeah. Location. So this is for that's good. You got call outs? No. You definitely want to add call outs. I just use this section as bullet points.
Okay.
Like for your guy's service, whatever he can whatever you can do to stand out to be unique is what you want to put here.
Okay.
So just
Like
add more real estate down here.
Okay.
And then site links. You're going to need, now you need more than 1 link for site links.
Mm-hmm.
So that depends if you have more landing pages. I don't know if you really want to get into that. Because you're going to have to create more pages if you want to add site links now.
Honestly, I was thinking like, for example, under the e-commerce campaign, I would have like Amazon FBA and Shopify as like site links. So it, it's more specific for the user who's going to click on that. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right, let's go out of here. All right, you're definitely going to need more negative keywords. It's hard to tell though because there's just not that much traffic yet, so you don't really have.
Yeah, I feel like
there's only two search terms, so and they're great. They're great keywords. They're exactly what you want, So there's not really much you can do in that aspect. And you don't have any conversion data, so I can't tell if where the conversions are coming from. But that's what you want to use the devices for. So if we come in here and we're seeing, mobile phones is converting really low or not at all, and it's all desktop, just start adjusting down your device here.
Okay.
Because we want more of the traffic that converts.
Yeah, I feel like mobile, I've seen a lot of conversion in the past.
Yeah.
But I can't say the same for this. I got to test it out. But
yeah, and mostly, I mean, honestly, man, out of our clients across the board, it's mostly mobile conversions and phone calls, which is what we want. I don't really want contact forms. I know sometimes they're great, but sometimes they're the most impossible to get a hold of.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd rather just have somebody call and have my client take the shot immediately instead of trying to reach back out to them and get a hold of them.
Yeah, email is kind of tough because like
Yeah, I mean, you got to see how this goes, though. I mean, you got to run some traffic to it and see if it's more mobile. I mean, who knows? Mobile might tank for you on this. I don't know. You got to kind of just roll with how it goes.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, the first thing right off the bat, I would say is you definitely need more ad groups. I know you're very limited to what you can do here. But
I think once I expand out into the States, I know it's more competitive, but I think there's a lot more keyword variations.
So here would be an ad group. I don't know if your guy could. I know bookkeeping is a little different than accounting.
I should have a separate ad group for e-com accounting.
Yeah.
So I have like Shopify. Actually, I have not added that ad group yet, but I will be.
What about bookkeeper?
Yeah, I could definitely
In the
add
States
that.
here, that's going to be a term people are looking for.
That's true.
Yeah.
Even tax consultant, tax specialist.
There's a lot of QuickBooks stuff.
Is he an accountant or is he a bookkeeper?
He does both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good then. Yeah. So here's something else too then. For the accounting side of it, you don't need a separate campaign for that. You could put that in this campaign.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just make it its own ad group with its own. I would probably go to a different landing page, to be honest, about accounting.
Okay.
For that ad group, but then break all those keywords up into your accounting ad group, because that way you can combine the budget too. Because running $10 a day is going to be tough.
Okay.
And let me come back out here because I need a little higher level view. Yeah. Good bid strategy. Nice, you capped it. Whatever your impression share is. Let me take a look real quick. Because you might be missing.
I'll look for my ad sometimes on Google, so I always see myself like either first or second place.
Yeah, that's good.
But don't do that, because you're hurting your own campaign's click-through rate and the performance.
Okay.
And then you have a limited budget at this point, so
okay.
It is detrimental. And then at some point, Google's going to realize.
Well, you can see right here, the campaign has a 50% impression rate. So that means that for all your keywords, every 100 searches, your ads are showing 50% of the time. So that basically what that's telling you is that your bids are too low, which I'm probably going to assume is why your quality scores are low and they're hard for you to keep. Because this looks like it's in line. There's no reason you shouldn't have a 7 or 8 quality score with these kinds of ad groups. Like, you're doing it right. The keywords are great. They're going to ads that are great. They're going to landing page that's great. But I think your bidding is the problem.
So does that impact expected click-through rate?
It can, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, something to do. I would just start lifting this up higher, start inching it up, and see how that works out.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, you want to get your impression share as high as possible.
So what's like a good range for like impression share? Like anything above 70%?
I mean, you can. I try to get 90, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
But a lot of the guys we deal with, they need leads like tomorrow. So, and then Ed, if they don't get them tomorrow, then Ed's calling me, and then to make Ed go away, I got to make sure that everyone's bidding high enough.
It's all relative though. It's relative to your budget. It's relative to the size of the market. So there's no one size fits all answer. It's more.
Okay.
You look at your conversion rate and your cost per lead as your biggest metrics, and kind of work backwards into things.
And don't get hung up on the cost per click if your cost per conversion is acceptable, because we see that a lot too.
Oh, I see. Okay. Because sometimes I feel like I'm paying too much for a click.
Yeah.
And that's why I was obsessing over quality score, because like I guess I can get away with a higher rank and a lower bid.
Yeah.
But you're saying just.
I mean, the only metric I care about is volume of leads and cost per lead. How we get there, the clients don't really care. Some of them do, but most of the time they don't really care as long as you get the result that you're looking for.
Okay.
Because sometimes in some of these spaces you have to bid. There's just no other way to do it because Amazon FBA bookkeeping, I would imagine, is a pretty competitive space.
In Canada, I think there's like 2 competitors who are bidding high. And that's pretty much about it. Like most people, I noticed a lot of, actually a good example. So this client that I'm working with, he actually, on his main website, he's working with another marketing agency they're obviously been in business for like 10 years. He's been with them for 2 months and he's gotten 0 leads. And I've been practicing.
Wow.
I've been able to generate this guy a few leads. And so Sorry, what was the, you were saying something out of tangent.
No, you're right. I mean, that's good. But like, yeah, see this stuff too, like you don't really need all these different campaigns for this. Like the small business bookkeeping, this can all of this can be in one campaign.
Let me throw out one idea here.
Mhm.
And what's the overall budget we're working with here on a monthly basis?
500 a month.
Okay. And what is a local client worth to your client?
So he said on average it'd be around, I think he said 5,000 for the year.
Okay. And then how long do they typically stay with them?
Lifetime value for bookkeeping is quite high, he said.
I imagine it's high.
Yeah, it's very high because it's all relationship based.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's been able to retain pretty much all of the clients he's gotten.
Right. So you get some for bookkeeping as a foot in the door service. Then he upsells them tax services, tax planning,
Exactly.
CPA services, stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it also a 5,000 lifetime value for Amazon, FBA, Shopify style stores?
So this is sort of a new kind of niche he's wanting to kind of target. What he's seen in the market is that people are competing very low with prices. So actually the few leads that he has gotten, it's been very difficult for him to close those e-commerce clients because they're like, you're charging way too much.
Okay.
So he's still trying to work around the price.
Okay.
But I'm thinking maybe $250 a month, maybe a low price.
Okay.
Depending on how much volume they get.
Okay. So that's kind of an unproven business model at this point for him, right? So he doesn't have a track record of closing them into larger clients and doesn't have the lifetime value to prove the math on it.
Exactly.
With a $500 a month budget or a small budget in general, a lot of people want to boil the ocean.
Yeah.
Whereas you got to think about it the other way around and think about doing the best you can with what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
It might make sense to pause the e-commerce stuff and the Amazon stuff and just target the local stuff at this point.
Until he figures it out.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
Prove the model. Prove the model with you that you can generate the leads for local bookkeeping and accounting services. Get some cash flow going in, and then go back and circle back for a legit budget. And then once you have that budget, then allocate a certain portion of it towards the national stuff and break it off that way. Say, this is my local budget. This is my national.
Put the money where it's going to do the most for the client. If that's small, then you said that's small business bookkeeping, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Here you're going a mile wide and an inch deep with a tiny budget. You want to try to get as deep as you possibly can with the small budget.
Small budget. Okay.
The most impact you possibly can. If I'm advising somebody here in the sales process, I'm going to say, let's stick with the one vertical, the one campaign, and focus on local first.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't do the other stuff, but he also doesn't have a proven model with it yet.
Good point. So you're saying allocate more of that budget towards local because that's what he's been doing.
And get him the leads where it's going to be beneficial for both of you. One more thing. Is there any specific reason why it's broken up by territory? Does he want that specifically, or could you combine that into one?
So kind of my thought process behind it was like, I feel like people like the conversion for a landing page that says Oakville is like a lot better, and then it's just specific to the city. So that's kind of why I left it. But I guess you're right. You're saying I should create a landing page for each ad group just with the different cities instead of.
If you do geo, like if you have geo so I'm in SMB bookkeeping. I'm sorry, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I know that's
Mississauga.
Mississauga, okay.
Yeah.
So it's bookkeeping tax services, that's its own ad group. Bookkeeping and tax preparation, that's its own ad group. Tax consulting bookkeeper, that's its own ad group. I mean, so there's a couple ad groups already just in this one that you can break off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me throw out a little more insight here. Tax prep is different than bookkeeping. For him, he wants to stick with the bookkeeping, I would imagine, because the tax prep stuff could be a couple $100 and it's an individual buyer, and then they come back next year for an individual purchase. That's true.
So, and it's seasonal as well.
Yeah, and there's going to be a shitload of search volume on the tax planning stuff. There's going to be way more than there is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping is going to be where your money is. So
here's some good stuff too, though. In the other campaign, the Oakville campaign, bookkeeping help for small business, like that's an ad group. SMB bookkeeping, that's its own.
Yeah, you got to throw
a lot you can do here.
You got to throw bookkeeper in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
bookkeeping.
I don't know if Canada's like us though, man. Like if they search stuff like that, you have to look.
No, you're right. I actually have a list of all my keywords. I haven't used all of it, but there was a lot of bookkeeper ones.
You're going to want to
Yeah.
negative out
Okay.
stuff. But
Okay.
when we get offline, I'm going to email you a master negative list.
Okay.
You want to put stuff like jobs, hiring, training,
Salary.
course,
Okay.
salary, paid, pay, resumes, monster, career builder.
Your keywords are good though. I mean, they're the match types. You're right on point. So you're not going to get too much crap, but you're going to get some. That's why you need that master list.
Yep.
And your quality score, now that I'm looking through this, is definitely because of the bid.
Okay.
So you're going to have to up that, but just put like if you look at it this way, if you're not running all these campaigns, you have one campaign with like a 25 a day budget or whatever, you can afford to bid a little bit higher. Now, if you wherever you set your maximum click cost at, the bid limit is not necessarily what every click is going to cost you. Right.
Okay.
You can, I mean, I have campaigns where it's set at $57 and I get clicks for $22. So really Google's going to use that as it's more of like a framework where it says, listen, I know there's a bunch of different keywords in here, but don't go higher than this no matter what, whether their click is $5 or $57, you're never going past 57 is the point, but that doesn't necessarily mean every click is going to be 57. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, what's called a second price auction.
Yeah, it's like a governor for your campaign, just so because they will go out and spend $150 a click. Ed, remember that one limo guy we had when we didn't set it, and he was like,
Yeah, it was $150 clicks.
$150 clicks for limo rental.
Meanwhile, it was normally like a $3, $5 click, and they're like, "Oh, the market shifted overnight." Well, you're full of shit, man. Market did not shift overnight. I was like, "Come on, how am I supposed to go back and talk to the client about this? This is insulting."
Yeah.
But that's
okay.
The moral of that story is that's why you always want to have a cap on there. But yeah, I'm with Ed, man. I would combine the.
So just narrow down my ad groups or combine my ad groups.
I would.
Okay.
You have to keep in mind there's an 80-20 to everything, and there's an 80-20 here. And there's an 80-20 in the campaign. There's an 80-20 in the ad groups, in the keywords, also in your effort, and in what he's more likely to close in business. There's 80-20s all over that. And if you just look at it from a more macro level, where's he more likely to close business and where is it more valuable for him? At this point, in current state, it's going to be with the local stuff.
Okay.
You don't have an unlimited budget here, so you've got to do the best you can with what you've got.
So something else too, if you do one campaign for the SMB stuff, you can have ad groups for like Oakville, Toronto, whatever, and go after. Make sure all the keywords in those ad groups are just like have Toronto in them and stuff. But then all you have to do is take this landing page you made, clone it, and at the end of it do /Oakville, and then that's for the Oakville ad group.
Okay.
And then just talk about Oakville in here somewhere, and the same for the other locations. So you don't need to come up with this whole a whole new landing page for. You know what I mean?
Change the ad copy.
That's it. You just clone it and put out a different URL and use that for the location ad group.
Okay.
You don't even need to if you didn't want to go that far.
You don't have to, but
you could have you'd have the ad groups for it.
Yeah.
What you would want to do is look on a map of Toronto and put all the sub-cities, build out geo ad groups for all of those for bookkeeping and bookkeeper. But just make sure your negative list is on point because you're going to get stuff like jobs, hiring, that kind of stuff.
True. Yeah. Actually, one of the leads he got, this guy was just looking to hire or like looking to let him to hire him. So.
Yep.
Okay. Question about so let's say if I'm dealing with 500 per month ad budget, should I narrow it down to like specific days that get the most impressions?
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. You want to go with the highest daily budget you possibly can.
Okay.
Rather than adding in weekends and having to dilute it. And you figure Monday through Friday is normal business hours anyway. If you're struggling to compete after like a month's worth of data because of click cost, you can knock it down to Monday through Thursday and then just increase that daily budget.
Okay.
But I'd start at Monday through Friday. Based on what we're seeing here, click cost wise, Monday through Friday, that's roughly 20 days. So 500 divided by 20. So it's $25. $25 a day. So if you put that into our golden ratio, what's the average click cost, Rob? $5, $4?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, let's call it $5. $5 click cost, 25 in average daily budget.
$4.
Okay, so you can get roughly 5 clicks a day. That's an appropriate ad budget for the market.
5 clicks a day. Okay. Okay. So 25 a day, you said?
Yeah, if you can swing 25 a day, Monday through
25 a
Friday.
day. Okay.
Yeah.
One other thing too that I just noticed:
Mhm.
try not to put a price in the ads, because that could. I mean, that's just something that if you want people to use that your hook is to call or opt in to get that information.
Yeah, get pricing is a great hook.
Because some people might see this and be like, oh man, I'm not, that's too much right off the bat without talking to the guy first, and they don't even know what's included in that. But the number just might spook them right off the bat. You know what I mean?
Okay. I guess my thought process was like maybe the quality of the lead would be better because they already
100%. Yeah. I mean, you definitely can, but that's something I would test down the line after you have a bunch of data. And if the guy's like, hey man, these leads are not that great, then start tossing price in there and kind of like whittle it down to get where you want to be.
Yeah. So far the discount ad has been the best so far.
Yeah. That's a great hook, man. That's
35% off. So, question about landing page experience, ad relevance, expected click-through rate. Do you ever dive deep into it?
I don't, honestly.
No? You just keep it simple. Okay.
That's it. I mean, I'm not kidding. I really don't pay that much attention to quality score, to be honest with you. If my metrics are all my other metrics are hitting, I don't really bother with it. I don't have the time to be honest. But if my other metrics are hitting, then the campaign's successful, the client's happy, I'm happy, Ed's happy, everyone wins.
Okay. Okay.
So just the best advice I can give you is to start at least focus on your
local segments
and your volume, because
okay.
It's one thing to get an acceptable cost per lead, but it's useless if you're getting one lead a week. Right?
Okay.
Yep. Part of selling this stuff effectively in market is taking a consultative approach and giving pushback on a client. Because some clients just don't know what they don't know, and they don't know, they don't know what they don't know. So if you can redirect and give them a better solution, that'd be more appropriate given what their constraints are, what their budget is, what their goals are. You're putting them in a better position.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure someone's going to watch this video and be like, oh, he doesn't care about quality scores.
Because there's so many articles and videos on it. People obsess over it. So that's kind of why I got caught into that.
It's great. And, it serves its purpose. But at the end of the day, is my client getting phone calls and leads? Yes. Are they at an acceptable rate? Yes. Okay. Well, then I don't care.
Fair enough. No, that's a good point.
I mean, something we've talked about in the past, Rob, has been the biggest metric that Google cares about is conversion rates, because it's a pure message to market match. Google's giving their customer exactly what it was that they were looking for.
Well, it depends on what your conversion action set up as too.
True.
But yeah.
Okay.
Your click-through rate, all that stuff. You're doing really well on that, man. Like, look at these click-through rates. So that means that your message match is great for the market. You're doing people are clicking on your stuff because they like it.
Yeah, I feel like the search volume is very low. Then that's just kind of how it is. Like, I think when I was adding the keywords, it was like 10 to 100.
Yeah.
And then I also took one thing I really liked from your course was that people don't actually take the time to go through those like low hanging keywords. If you go to the 5th or 6th page, most people are building out campaigns are not looking on those pages. And I found so many gems that I was going to leverage. So I really like that part of the course.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing really well. Like Ed said, though, I would just focus where your client gets the most at the SMB stuff, and just really build out a campaign in that space. Get a bunch of ad groups, do a bunch of geo ad groups, and you'll find you don't have to have 50 keywords in an ad group, right? You can have 5, 6, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Keep your exact and phrase match keywords. You're doing great with that. I mean, you said you're getting leads, right?
Yeah, we're getting leads.
A couple came through.
Yeah, set up to make sure those conversions are working, and then
you gotta get it's number one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he had to tell me that, hey, I got a lead from you for me to know. I didn't even have a single problem set up. So
good problem.
So I went in and I set up your call conversion in that one campaign. I know I'm probably not going to use it now, but I just want to show you kind of how you should do that when you build your new campaign. So when you have your call extension set up, you just choose it here, and the ad extension is the one I just made for you. Okay. So that's if you have that set up and someone calls this number, it's going to track as a conversion. So you want to make sure it's set correctly when you build your new campaign.
Okay.
Rob, you wanted to set up the conversion actions form in the SMB campaign?
It's already done.
It is, okay.
Yeah, all the conversion here. I'll show you. All you got to do is you got to fix the website form submission conversion.
So it was the header footer code plugin? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you want to put the global site tag on every page, or on your, I guess you're just using your landing page. So you want to put that on your landing page and the thank you page that it redirects to, which you have one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the event snippet code goes on just the thank you page. You put it right below this global site tag.
So the global site tag goes on every page and the event just goes on thank you.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. Then when you build your campaign and you're setting up your call extensions, you just choose this right here. I've already set it up for you.
Okay.
Call from ad extension, and that will track all of your stuff. I set it for 1 second. You can change that though if you want. I always set that. I say in my videos because I like to see if there's a keyword that drives an action. I want to know what it is, regardless if it's a 10-second phone call.
Okay.
But you can move that to whatever you want.
Okay.
And then the call from the website, I sent that in the chat of this Zoom, the code. So all you're going to do is take this code here, right? And you're going to put it on the landing page in the head tag right below the global site tag.
Okay. My phone number is also in the footer section. Should I add it there as well? Or is it just, you just have to add it once?
The phone number, so you got it here.
And then I have it like way at the bottom. Oh, wait. Oh, so sorry, that's on my other landing page. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the Oakville page.
Okay. I think the
so I would make a bar, man. Like this type of bar thing.
Okay.
Down here somewhere, and do a call to action to call. Like this, or the call to action.
Yeah,
okay.
really about
Another thing too to make sure go on your phone and make sure these are click to call numbers.
Like
make sure if someone clicks it pulls up their call prompt to dial.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because we audited an account a couple weeks ago, and the guy was like, "No," he's like, "I'm not getting any phone calls," and his number was just like pasted on the website. You couldn't even. It was useless.
Okay. I don't know why the images are not showing up. It's like blue, but
oh, here, yeah.
Do you guys care about page speed when it comes to landing pages?
Oh yeah, it's super important.
Okay.
You got to make sure it opens quick, but I don't see any problems with your pages.
So you think the landing pages are fine?
Yeah, I think you're fine. What are you using WordPress?
Yeah, WordPress.
That one's taking a little bit.
Because I'm thinking about adding in, I think it's called WP Rocket.
Yeah.
So like the lazy loading. So I'm trying to see if that might improve.
No, definitely. It's a little lag. If you can speed it up, definitely do it.
Okay.
Because that's going to affect your quality score too, actually.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you obsess over like updating image alt tags and like metadata and stuff like that?
I do. Yeah. So
okay.
I work keywords into the image alt tags on every landing page we do.
Okay.
Just to kind of like a little, I'm not really sure of the exact impact it has, but by this stage in the game, for me, it's just habit, and I always do it. And I don't work in like I work in like long tail keywords. That's what I use for my alt image tags.
Okay. Yeah, like in SEO, we update the images alt tags. So
yeah,
wanted to know if it was the same
definitely
case.
Want to do it because the Google bot's going to crawl that, and they're going to see that.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so overall, you think campaigns are good. It's just more about structuring my ad groups and narrowing down just a local business. Okay.
I would restructure. Remember, just set up all your conversion tracking first before you do anything. Get all that squared up. Build your SMB campaign. You can add all these as ad groups, Toronto and Mississauga.
Mississauga.
And one campaign, get some data. I think you'll do all right, man. Especially if you're already getting leads with what you got. I mean, you only spent $60. If you got a lead or two, that's really good.
Oh, that's huge for sure.
Yeah. So you're already doing it. You just got to do a little bit of restructuring. You should be fine.
Do you think I should set up? I probably don't have enough impressions for a retargeting campaign, but when I do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah, definitely. But you're gonna need at least 100 clicks.
Oh, is it? Okay.
The Google's, I think it's 100 visitors to set up a retargeting. Right, Ed? It's 100, isn't it?
150.
150.
Yeah.
Okay.
For something like this, I wouldn't do. I was just talking with an agency owner like an hour and a half ago about this. For something like this, where it's going to be a small list to begin with, I'd go right to Facebook ads if I were you. We don't offer it as a service, but if you go to YouTube and type in how to set up a Facebook retargeting campaign,
Okay.
set it up. It'll cost you $5 a day, and you'll get a better yield out of that than you will a retargeting campaign on Google, in my opinion. Just because you're going to need like 100% impression share at all times on that list to get any action.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're going to be paying a premium because your click costs are going to be high to get that impression.
Okay.
Whereas with Facebook, you give them $5 a day, they're going to take that $5 a day. And
Okay.
you'll get stuff on the back end. It's just a better yield for a local business, in my opinion.
Okay. So setting up Facebook ads just for retargeting.
Yep.
Google.
Yep.
Okay.
Just YouTube, how to set up a Facebook retargeting campaign. It'll walk you through how to set up the audience, how to add the pixel, and then what type of ad. My opinion, a testimonial video would be great if they have one.
Yeah, I've been telling him, but because of COVID, he can't meet his clients. But
are you one of his bookkeeping clients?
Not yet.
Okay.
Eventually.
Well, sign up for a service. Give him a.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you do virtual consultations?
He does a lot of phone conversations. I guess he could. I should probably tell him to reach out to do maybe a quick Zoom call with his client, and his client can just record just a quick clip of him.
I mean, my request for testimonials, and you see we have a lot of them on our channel. It's literally, hey, if you're open to it, would you mind popping out your phone and recording 30, 60 seconds about what it's like working with us? If you're not cool with video, I totally get it. No pressure either way. That's it. That's all the ask is. It's really simple. The problem is you got to ask for it. Most people don't ask.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, cool. Those are good ideas. Last question. In terms of settings and like setting, taking off ad rotation, stuff like that, do you guys care about that?
I always have, let's go in your one campaign. I always have prefer best performing ads.
Okay.
I let Google figure that out. I used to rotate the ads and try and play around with different ad copy that I thought would be better. And then it turned out just to be a waste of time because Google can do it much better than I can do it.
Okay.
So that's why I just let them figure it out. All of my clients, all of my personal campaign, everything is on prefer best performing ads. I let them do their thing, which is another reason why I like the responsive search ads. Because Google's like,
no, I'll definitely give that a shot.
Doing all the combinations, letting their algorithms figure out which is the best combination to give you the best result.
Yeah, get comfortable that that's the direction this is heading in.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the future. Something else you might want to try too if you're doing the small business stuff. I don't know if this account's going to let you do it, but let me just see.
Oh, yeah, map.
Call. I would do a call ad too.
Call ad, and then you could also connect the GMB if it's not, and do a location.
Okay.
I think he has location set up.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and this will be for mobile, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, you can just put this in a regular ad group, and Google will decide when to show it or whatever. Like it'll just be another tool for them to deploy for you.
Okay.
I like them. As of lately, I like them a lot more. But
separate ad group. Okay.
You could do it in the same ad group. It doesn't matter. Like you can have your 3 ads here, and then just you can also do a call ad. And I mean, it's only going to show on mobile anyway, so it's not like affect your other text ads.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think the only issue is I'm working with a very small ad budget, especially at the scale that he wants to, lead into. I'll talk to him, see if I can extend it or work with a higher ad budget. Do you think maybe $1,000 a month would be
just something to keep in your pocket for the future? Because once you get your conversion all sorted out and you're seeing that you're getting, I guarantee you're going to get a bunch of leads from this. You're gonna be able to have more data being like, hey man, like we're getting tons of mobile leads and traffic. Like we should probably test a call ad. Just put one in each ad group and just see how it does. If it does terrible, just pause it.
Okay.
So just keep that in your pocket as something else that you can have them test.
Pitch them on. Yeah. Okay. Okay, perfect. This is very helpful. Thank you so much, guys.
Go ahead.
But
any questions?
I think I wrote down a few things. Honestly, I think you answered most of it.
Yeah. Overall, you're doing well. This is great. Trust me.
Okay.
From the audits I've done in the last 3 weeks alone, this is great.
This is good. Okay. In terms of the bid type I'm using, maximum clicks, should I change it? Should I test something else? Maximum conversions?
I definitely don't do maximized conversions yet.
Okay.
You need at least 20 leads within 30 days in the account for Google's algorithm to pull to do maximized conversions.
Okay. Okay.
Same with target CPA. I wouldn't do that yet either.
Mm-hmm.
I would stick with what you're doing. Would probably just raise your bid cap a little bit, maybe a couple bucks. Give it some room to run once you get your main campaign ready. And just keep in mind, it could take like 5 to 10 days for it to really ramp up. But considering your click cost is so low, I don't think it'll take you that long. Because if you see here, your average cost per click for all the accounts is like $4.
Mm-hmm.
So it should not be that long. But something you want to look at after maybe in like 90 days when the guy has 100 conversions plus or whatever, then you could definitely test trying maximize conversions.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. Yeah.
Ed's more like, hey, what can we do to do more here? And I'm like, please, I don't want to break it. It's working great.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's up to you to decide, man. It's one of those things you got to figure out.
Okay. Well, honestly, like if he's paying this other agency for Google Ads, I'm going to tell him like, take that budget and give it to me.
Yeah.
I can work with it. So.
And if you ever have any questions about when you get the new thing set up, dude, just email me. I'll hop in and walk you through something if you need help with something.
Perfect. And I also want to give a quick testimonial for your course. The course is really, really good. I'll be honest, I've bought other Google Ad courses, and I'm not going to call any names out, but they weren't as good. But I bought your course. I've been watching your videos for a while. I'm like, screw it, I'm going to buy your course. I'm going to see how this thing works. And everything that you taught me, I've been kind of implementing into this campaign, and it's been working well. So,
awesome.
Yeah. So
thank you very much for that.
Yeah, for sure. If anyone's on the edge, definitely give it a shot. So
thank you. I tried to, like when I made it, I actually made it. I always tell Ed this story. Where I made it first, and then Ed's book. I'm like, I spent like literally like a couple of weeks doing like all these videos and stuff. Then I go, Ed, here, I'm done. Check it out. He's like, oh, it's great. Hey, you got to do it again.
Yeah, I was like, this ain't going to fly. This is awesome. It's not going to work.
He's like, yeah, you got to go more granular. You got to break it down more. You're too high level. And I'm like, all right. So then I made a bunch more videos. He's like, this is much better. But, hey, I need you to make another module where you build a whole campaign from scratch. I'm like, okay. So it was definitely a process, but I'm glad that it all paid off in the end for you guys.
It was really good. I might go ahead and purchase the direct mail one. Because I'm still practicing. I don't want to sell something that I'm not confident I can sell yet.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get good at this, I'm gonna definitely look at that course, and that course is not going away.
Nice. No. And if you dial this campaign and do really well with it, it may make sense for you to niche down into just accountants or bookkeepers.
Honestly, I've been thinking that. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
It's a great space, man. And the best thing is once you get one that works like this, you can just clone the landing pages, and you just deploy it wherever you want.
Yep.
Rinse and repeat.
It takes your build out from a day plus to an hour or 2 hours. So you think about if there's a repetition on the back end, like how many more of these could you realistically add on a monthly basis? Then it becomes a sales game and less about a book game.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I've seen so far is like accountants are really good at numbers, and I don't know if they're all sales guys. So closing, I've noticed, is not the easiest part.
Yep.
But no, it definitely is a good industry.
100%. I've talked to lots of accountants in a sales situation, and they want specifics. And the idea of giving them a range makes their body shake. So you gotta talk specifics. What I would recommend, if you're going to go the route of niche specific to accounting and accountants and bookkeeping, is YouTube content. Make videos on YouTube. Let them find you. Make blog content. Let them find you. Obviously, you want to go hunt, but also make the supporting content as well so that they can actually visually see what you're talking about and they can see the numbers. Because if you can show them the numbers and they can understand it, then their brain works that way. Rather than you telling them it, they've got to see it and actually look at numbers.
That's true. Yeah. Actually, that's a good point, because you guys have a lot of videos with lawyers, limousine.
We have everything. Yeah. Every client we get, we do a case study on pretty much.
Okay. No, that's a good idea.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right.
I'll take your feedback. I'll work on these campaigns, and I'll reach out to you guys after if I have any other issues.
Yeah, let me know when you get your new campaign built. I'll pop in and take a look for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rob.
All right.
All right. Have a great day, guys.
All right. See you guys.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.